Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. It's day not 43 of the Handmade Game Dev live stream. No affiliation. The real day 43, I had to pull the VOD of because someone thought it would be really funny to to get me to open up a picture that probably was against terms of service of Twitch and YouTube. I don't really know. Obviously, I'm not very good at this streaming thing, but at least now I've learned my lesson. So if you'd like to join me as we do something today, a very extra special stream, all you need for that is your drink of choice. This is our morning matcha. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Join me now for a little sip of the day. And yes, today is Solitaire Day. Yeah, sorry, been very inconsistent with the streaming the last couple weeks. Work has just been absolutely crazy, and beyond that, like I've developed incredibly bad wrist pain. It kind of flared up all over. So I am trying to take it easy today. Fortunately, I can take it easy, just kind of like do some monitoring type stuff. So I thought, hey, let's still have a stream today and just play some solitaire instead. And that'll be kind of fun. So here we are with, this is Fortune's Foundation. This is a solitaire variant included in the Zachtronics Solitaire Collection. It is, I think, far and away the best solitaire variant in the collection and variant that I've ever played. Not that I've played like not that I'm like a super aficionado, but I feel like I've dabbled in enough different solitaires where I've got an opinion or two, and that's kind of how I like to live my life. So this solitaire variant, as you'll see, it has it's very unique. It's got 5 suits, with four regular suits plus the major arcana. The regular suits go only up, starting, the aces are already done for you, so you go up from there, but the major arcana can go either from 21 or from 0, and then you can work your way inwards. You're only able to stack things of the same suit, so it's a little different from your standard Klondikes, but you know, I think the set of mechanics that are in this version of Solitaire are so interesting. Like I think I have sunk probably like 15 hours just into this version of Solitaire. Yeah, the last one we were playing on stream, Sawayama. I like Sawayama too, but it just does not have the same level of kind of interesting mechanical depth as this one does. So here we are playing Solitaire, and we love every minute of it, every little minute. So I guess this is kind of just a pretty chill stream here. I don't know, I've never done like a just chill chatting stream, but that's pretty much all we're here to do today, because any more than that, and I fear I will be in I will be in extreme pain. So let's not do that. Let's not get to that point. Let's see. So I kind of need this 9 to get this guy out here. I need to be able to put this the King of Coins here somewhere. Which is a little unfortunate because I kind of have nowhere to put him. Oh yes, and then the last mechanic is you can put 1 card here anytime to just as like a freebie flex card. But it can only, whenever it's up there, your minor arcana do not get sucked into the aces. Only the major arcana do. So that's another little interesting wrinkle in the whole thing. So I guess the yeah yeah back to chill stream. It's now been a couple of months, I guess, since I started streaming pretty regularly. We still don't really have. We had a couple of like cool regular viewers. I was actually really excited for all of that. Back before I took my like 3 weeks off in July, and unfortunately, I think we've lost kind of some momentum there, but it's all right. The thing I'm trying to optimize for with the streaming is having fun, because honestly, I think this is just fun. I think I also lost this game, so we're gonna do a new one. It's having fun. It's trying to keep myself consistent and getting some good work done on my project, on my game, every single day, which I think has been going really well. And let's do that. Well, let's do that. Or actually, oh, look at that. That was pretty baller. And just kind of practice a lot of interesting, useful skills. So it's doing broadcast, doing just speaking from my mind. It seems to be not good right now. 'Cause, to be honest, also been tough sleeping the last couple of days, weeks, really. But I think it's been fun, and it's overall not been like an incredible amount of work to keep this going. So I'm happy to just be streaming at this capacity, doing whatever. I know that it's the thing. If I were to venture a guess, the number one thing limiting like my stream growth, apart from me, obviously, is the fact that my streaming schedule is so bad. I feel like this is not a very good time slot of, first thing in the morning Eastern Standard Time. It's tough because nobody's awake. The West Coast US is not awake, and so I've gotten some. I think a lot of the viewership I've had has been Europe, but I think it's also a tough time zone, or it's a tough it's a tough hour for Europe to be able to tune in as well. But like these are things that are not really going to change. Unfortunately. As long as I have like a day job that I have to go to work for, like these are going to be morning streams. These are going to be morning streams, and they're going to be about this long. So we just have to make the most of them while we do. Let's see. So let's do that, and then if I do that and that, then we can check that there. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So we kind of want to get the green face cards together, but we don't have enough flex spots to make that happen right now, which is a little suck. Let's see. So we can do 2 lines here. I think we do this one. This one gets us more cards for free, which is good. Let's see. Yeah, I hope I hope that there's been some interest, some value in this live stream. I think I try to make it interesting. I really enjoy doing the Handmade Game Dev stuff. It's not going to stop anytime soon. And don't be worried. This is not some sort of like thing. This is literally just my hand hurts too much to program today, so so I will just like yap at you randomly, and and play solitaire. I hope that's entertaining. I hope there's some entertainment value in that. You know, I think we just F it. Oh no, we can't do that. Yeah, we still can't quite fix that. Actually, I could do this. So we can do that, and then like so. That's a little bit better, right? And then we are looking for the tens. So 10 of coins is down there, which kind of sucks. And then we can't really get to 10 of wands. Also, kind of sucks. Unfortunate. But yeah, it's been a little interesting seeing like whenever I get like bumps on the view counts of the VODs on YouTube, because I kind of like look at those every once in a while. I think, you know, because of the nature of the stream where it is really just like a working thing, it would probably be cleaner content if it was something along the lines of, oh, I don't know why I didn't do that before. That was pretty good. It would probably be better content if it was something more along the lines of, hey, this is like what we're doing today, this is the interesting part of the stream, blah blah blah. You know, we're gonna learn. There's like some spin on it that we could do to try to package that information a little bit better, to get things more out there. But it's really just a matter of, you know, I think my main focus still always must be on like actually getting a game done. That's really what I want to be doing, is doing that, and then everything else is just kind of gravy. It's fun. It's just whatever kind of stuff that I want to do. So yeah, there's kind of that. Alright, where's the 17? 17's like nowhere. That's not even close to happening. Let's see. So we could be. Where's the red queens? All the way down there. I suppose we want to clean this up. That's pretty sketchy over there. So we alright, so look, we can do this. And we can do this. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think that was the correct play. And then... Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, we want to do that. Okay, look at this. I think this is like now totally on lock, this one here. So, no need to fear, no need to worry. Oh, I can't place that card yet. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that should clean up like a whole ton of stuff there. Okay, this is we're like totally, this is now unlosable game here, so we're totally just chilling. Alright, GG's. Good way to start the day. There we go. Yeah, stay calm and hydrated. That's what I always say. But yeah, I think working on the game has been super interesting. It's not always easy, I think, because unfortunately the game that ended up being really interesting to me was one that was very technically demanding, and oh well, we aren't building like a super easy to make game here. But I think, like, to be honest, building that and learning all the pieces of making this game, of doing like all the physics, doing all this like lower level rendering stuff and OS stuff, it's been so valuable. Like I just keep finding things, finding reasons to keep doing it. Of it's it's like basically every single like thing that I get thrown at work or whatever, or like any like programming project I ever want to like do now, I just kind of know, I kind of like know what the hell to do at this point. And that's like it's just like such an incredible feeling, of being like that empowered to go make the things that you want to make, of being confident in the fact that you kind of know what's going on and know how to do things well, do things like the right way. Okay, like not that was the wrong play for sure. That was totally the wrong play. Okay, no, we're okay. We're okay. What's up, Killy? Today we are just chilling today because I'm in severe wrist pain, so we're not programming. Trying not to program. I've been trying so hard for the last week not to do any programming because I've really fucked up my hand. But yeah, today we are gaming. Gaming is what we want to do. This is Fortune's Foundation Solitaire from the Zachtronic Solitaire collection. It's a very fun one. It's a really cool game that has a lot of like interesting little subtle mechanics to it. It has taken me a while to get this level of familiarity with the game where I can kind of win actually like a good percentage of games here. But I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with this solitaire. Just talking about the game project, I think so. There's been just so many things that have come from actually doing all that lower level work, all these really interesting challenges that we've had to solve in the course of like developing this game, doing all the rendering stuff, doing all the physics stuff. Like, oh my god, especially that's just like the coolest thing in the world, because I think at its lowest level, physics is those are the rules. That's the set of game mechanics that governs the universe, right? So you kind of can't get much cooler than that if you're some sort of aspiring at some sort of like game design path. And every time I go through and learn some new part of that and go implement something, it has been so educational as to how things work in the real world. Of like, I know how like complicated control system physics just works now, or at least I can piece enough of it together where I can be pretty freaking dangerous, and that's just such a cool feeling. It really is. It really is so cool, and that is something that if you're just gone like with an engine or done whatever, I don't think you get all of that. And I think a lot of the coolest stuff that you'll learn or find just comes from doing some things the hard way, or of like trying really hard to learn. And I think unfortunately we just lost. I think I bricked here. Yeah, I think I bricked here. Oh, that's lame. Yeah, I think there's some company code that is pretty cool to work on, because when you're doing company code stuff, you get to work on things that are at such a bigger scale than what you do for like your hobby projects, that you will run into problems that you never would on like your own code base. But like I think the number one thing is the fact that you don't have this control over everything, and you have a lot of these external pressures to ship or do this and that, means that you have to like sacrifice a lot of things like code quality or doing stuff. Oh yeah, you get those projects once per year. Yeah, it's always tough. Time is the thing you never have enough of, you know. Remaining 11 months just mix matching external libraries. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, really can be, doing that type of work does frickin' blow. I will not gonna lie. I've kept my career coding interesting so far by mixing it up. I've gotten involved in like all sorts of different disciplines worth of stuff. Oh, yeah. No, and it's like, as soon as you can't point a debugger at whatever code is you're trying to run, it then just becomes miserable. Like, you know, man, I don't want to. Like, you just can't debug like Microsoft Com or some just like stupid garbage like that, right? And then like as soon as you go in there, it's just this miserable feeling of I know I could figure it out. I just literally have no possible way of doing it, because this is all crap that is hidden away, scrolled away from me. That is really miserable. 6 months in good com. Yeah, man. Com is like really up there as one of the most awful things to work on in software. Oh my god. There we go. Do I want this too? I want the 2. Let's see. Where's the 10? Oh, there's 10. Yeah, we want that bad boy too. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good here. Yeah, no, I reverse engineer a simulator. I don't even want, you know, like, like some of my like very first project at my first company out of school, we had to reverse engineer this magic embedded protocol that literally all the people who worked on it, who like developed the thing, were either dead or like retired. And so we just had to like firmware bit bang the thing to try to like rediscover what like the auto negotiation sequence of it was. Oh my god. Maybe the most horrible maybe one of the most horrible things that you can imagine. Just not a pleasant time. Also, yeah, we got this one on lock here. Alright, so free. But yeah, there's times where like you just if you inherit other people's problems, then it sucks having to spend more of your time fixing that than like getting to solve something novel is really not fun. That's terrible. Oh my god, 1992 code. Yeah, that's pretty brutal there. It's like, and fixing someone else's like garbage from that long ago is not fun. And especially if you're like not empowered to be able to change and to like change the things that need to change for something like that. It can just become such a nightmare so fast. I'm at a startup now. That's like my job I've been at for like the past couple months. And startup is pretty fun in that you haven't accumulated all this tech debt yet and all these poor decisions, but and it's like this crucial juncture where you get to steer the ship away from making some of like these bad calls. Oh yeah, reading code that is 8 years older than you is just not good. Or like read like the amount of like because I think like the oldest code base I inherited, there was like no Git, obviously, it like was predating Git, so it was a bunch of like FTP source controlled crap, or Microsoft, oh, what the hell is it called? Oh, I don't even remember now, because like we were using Team Foundation version control, which is their awful version of like Subversion that was rolled into Azure DevOps. But it like that replaced what the hell is it called? Yeah, I remember you. I didn't stream the next day. Don't get too happy. It was also because I'm in like debilitating wrist pain right now, dude. And that's kind of been like really effing up my ability to stream. But I remember you. I'm glad you've decided to join us again. You taught me a valuable lesson about clicking on images on stream. So that was really nice. Very nice of you. Yeah, yeah, it's like there's something to be said about all of like the systems and tools that have kind of gotten industry standardized upon. Of, you know, some of them are bad. Some of them are bad for product and bad for productivity, like JavaScript. Like we all know how kludgy JavaScript is as the actual runtime for doing like web and doing like and like let alone like why the fuck is so much backend stuff being written in JavaScript. But the fact that it is just one language that the entire industry knows how to write and has all these resources going into being kept maintained as like a happy path, as a useful path for doing development, for doing all this stuff on, that is actually incredibly valuable, as opposed to everybody just hand rolling every single thing, because then it's like the amount of onboarding cost to get someone onto like a new project is just so awful. It really is just a freaking disaster. You put that there because I didn't trust you. Yeah, that's kind of why. Well, there we go. The amount of engineering spent on optimizing JavaScript engines. Yeah, like CMake. Okay, CMake kind of gets the job done. I will say, oh man, like, see, I've gone on this rant actually at work before. But it's like, C just has like the whole problem of it's just too old, that the all of like the standards committee for it just was not built up to really do all this like modern, like fit all like the modern use cases of it. Like it like does not, it's not even really supposed to work for like pulling in all these external libraries, doing whatever. But that's like the main thing people want to do now, to just like write their open CV or whatever. All right. Thank you, Petru. Have a good day. But CMake, like, it's really slow with the amount of time it spends in doing code generation stuff, and that's like one of the things that contributes to C++ compile times just like being so horrendous for across the board. Also, we can do this. That's free cards. But also because there are so many levers with it that like people are really skill issued with CMake so much of the time. Most projects CMakes are just incredibly brittle, and if you try to like, I had some project where I needed to develop like a custom sys root to build all my crap out of, and pull in a bunch of open source things into my CMakes, or that we were consuming via CMake, and do all this and that with them, and basically I had to patch like all of these gigantic open source projects that you have definitely heard of, to get their CMakes to just work with a sysroot, which is supposed to be a pretty standard thing that just is able to work, that you're just able to pass a parameter into and be able to go to town with, and no one had built up the time to do that. And then there are the things that use like Python for code gen for C++ stuff. Platform.io is pretty horrendous. Platform.io is pretty horrendous for that. I have used Platform.io extensively for that's totally a misplay. We can't do that. I have had to use Platform.io for because I used to do just like a ton of Arduino-y type stuff. Okay, we're not totally dead yet, which is good. Yeah, I used to do just a ton of like Arduino stuff, and Platform.io a little bit more pleasant to use than say your what's it called, like Arduino IDE. You probably don't want to be using like Arduino IDE to manage your toolchain and all that jazz. That's pretty bad. There, like especially in embedded and robotics, there's just like no attention given to developing like a lot of tooling that is performant, which is really concerning, because you're like, isn't this crap all supposed to be running real time on some super constrained hardware? But no, and I think it's just because like so much of embedded, or not as much embedded, but like robotics especially, is so much academia stuff, and like we all kind of know, like academia. Oh, I can't do that. Academia code very different from like from the type of code that you see being run through like through industry engineering type stuff. And so then like someone makes a stupid decision like that to have Python code gen all your C++ embedded stuff, and now everybody just like is burning time waiting for that to roll around. Or like even worse is like in the machine learning world, where oh my god, like the amount of just like wasted CPU cycles, the amount of like wasted time on people's like machine learning projects having to run through Python and is just like sickening. And then like like all these lambdas or whatever, like no, I don't know. It's kind of a crazy world out there, but like that's the price you pay for having some like stable ecosystems that are not just kludge fests. Is you're stuck with these like really over abstracted things that ultimately, I think in the long run, hurt you, because you just have to spend so much time fighting the fact that they're not really the right tool for solving the technical problem you have, and there's this just that just kind of just slips its way in there, and then you're just kind of hosed. And you have to spend a lot of time and money undoing that kind of mistake. But oh well, I say, oh well. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, this is a pretty good start here. Yeah, platform.io, Python to generate CMake to generate makefile is pretty disgusting. that is pretty disgusting. Anyway, that's why, like, but at the same time, it's hard to advocate for, like, I don't know, Kelly, how familiar you are with, like, the, like, Handmade Hero style way of doing things, of, like, really just trying to, like, minimize as much of the stuff as possible, and, like, there's this big culture in, like, the Handmade Hero group community or whatever the hell of a lot of people just writing, like, build.bats and then trying to get away with that, and then, which I think it works for that type of thing pretty well, because, like, the whole culture of the handmade community is try to minimize the amount of, like, external libraries and crap you're pulling into your code base. So because of that, you do not have to deal with, like, horribly complicated like linker stuff to get your code working, right? To just get your code building. This is, like, totally not gonna work. Okay, alright, we did that. We did the swizzle correctly. But, like, trying to actually solve, like, if you really do need, like, an external dependency for something in a C project, it's just so bad. It's so bad to have to fight that tooling. Crap. Can't quite, I think I lost. Yeah, I could not quite do that. Cannot quite make that work. I'm missing Queen of Wands, right? Yeah, that sucks. Like I've had some projects that are pulling in, like, C projects or C++ projects that are pulling in, like, just in a ridiculous amount of external dependencies, and I think it would be actually not fun to have to maintain, especially, like, if you want it to be compiler independent, of, like, that many different versions of your makefile, or not even makefile, of, like, if your build.sh to invoke, like, GCC directly. Like, that actually is really annoying too, and that's where, like, hey, okay, CMake may be adding some value to your life there, but still, it's, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Google libraries, awful to pull in. Have you ever tried, like, pulling in, like, G-test into a project? Oh my god, how horrendous, how heinous. Like, Google's not fun. Like, and like, God help you if you're trying to do, like, Android or iOS development, because you just have to pull in, like, the whole freaking thing. Like, I have to have, like, I just have to have, like, Xcode, like, the entire Xcode development environment, pulled in for my game, because it's, like, the only way to get the C compiler on Mac. You just can't. And then, like, you're just kind of forced into that path, and it just really sucks. Really, it's not fun. gRPC. Oh man, I tried to use gRPC on a project once. I never got very far with it. it seemed better that like because gRPC at least has the okay, I have no idea what to do with this board. This is like a really freaking dry board. I'm just gonna re-roll. gRPC at least has the selling point of it is good for the performance of your software because of protobufs being a lot better for your packet size, and supposedly it's more performant. You can infrastructure as code, your file, your messaging formats, all this jazz. Like there are some like technical reasons why it is, I think, very attractive to use gRPC. But then you just have to, it's just like so many layers of stuff you've just got to pull into your code base. And it's just, it just makes everything a nightmare. You're like, okay, how freaking hard could it be to write this stupid binary encoded messaging format anyway? And then I don't know. It's and then it's tough to get like, your buy-in from your manager or whatever to do that kind of thing. Okay, that was definitely a misplay. That was definitely not the right thing to do there. Yeah, I think I just killed it. Yeah, there's, what can we do here? How? Well, where's the, no, that's dead. Yeah, protobuf. Yeah, it's a tough world out there, and it doesn't help when you get stuck with decisions that just kind of make it harder for expediency's sake. Because there are, if you take too many paths that are just expedient in the moment, the thing you're not optimizing for is the long run, right? Of giving yourself something good in the long run. But there, I mean, like, obviously the trade-off of that is, you doing things the right way is a lot harder and more expensive. And if your stated goal was just to get to like a, oh, what did I do? That's terrible. Why did I do that? Yeah, I can't be doing that. If your stated goal was to get to like the MVP version of whatever it is you're working on, or to get to market, like, okay, those things, those are real trade-offs you have to make, executively. If you're at a business, like, or even if you're doing like a personal project that you hope to like stand up and like have it like really go somewhere. There is a lot of value in like getting like the MVP version of the thing, so that you can discover whether your idea was stupid or not, right? And you can at that point like stop working, and like if you discovered that it was a bad idea, you stop working and then you save yourself the time, and then you get to work on the next thing. But if that's like all you're doing always all the time, it's very possible that you never get to the you never get your thing good enough where it actually could be viable, right? Of like the minimal, and that's kind of been like one of the ongoing debates I've had with myself over a fun little game in the stream here. Of I really do want to get to a version of the game that like I can give to my friends and have them play, and it looks terrible, but it has puzzles in it that I've spent time designing, that I've spent time getting working. Because like ultimately in the game, like the puzzle or like the gameplay, the content is the part that is supposed to be the selling point. Is supposed to be the part that is core to the experience. But like because this is the first time I'm really going through from scratch trying to like write a game and do all these things, it's been very hard for me to tell where that minimum viable game prototype is for starters. Also, like, I think I just like this board also is just total disaster here. I'm just like this is what happens when you play solitaire and try to stream at the same time. But it's a skill to develop, to actually figure out when the thing is good enough, or what are the things you need to do to make it good enough. Like, I didn't realize, oh my god, like, I can't give anybody this game if the physics for it are frame rate dependent, because it's just going to not work. It like just like every single piece of content that I like screw around making is just going to be totally worthless, because it's all designed for just my monitor and refresh rate, and so like it literally just like won't work on other people's machines, right? If I didn't really realize the extent of how bad that was. And so it was good, actually, that you spent the time, and learning that was super interesting. It was a really interesting problem to solve. But if I had just like been all in on like I need to ship, I want to hit a date where I can like get the thing out there, then like I would have sent this build to people, and it just would not have worked. And maybe that would have been the signal to me of, okay, all right, time to actually abandon the project because it doesn't work. Because everybody's saying like the puzzles just like don't work. It's total crap. Because you also, any time like you're trying to do like a product market fit thing too, of like if you have a reputation, right? If you fuck that up, we can do this. Oh no, we can't do that. Crud. You only get so many chances at bat before you've squandered the reputation you had, and then it becomes very hard to actually get people to want to buy into your thing, right? Or like I said, like you're just going to be giving up at the wrong point before you were ready to really solve the thing. And that's where I think like the MVP thing becomes a trap, and that's where it becomes can be dangerous. Like if you are so focused on shipping and meeting like some meeting like any type of like milestone or date that is not like a do or die type thing of that, because then like you're by definition not focused on the quality of the work, right? On getting it to which do I want? Do I want 1 or do I want 21 right now? Where's the 9? 9's here. Where's 20? I think I want the 1. Right? I think I want the 1. Yeah, like if your focus is on meeting your artificial milestone, then it is not on building up the quality of the product, right? and it's not on creating that thing that will stand out and have the best chance of success. Because ultimately, like, the thing that it has the best chance of working is the best thing that you could you could put out without killing yourself, right? And that's the sort of problem, right? Is like, you also maybe don't want to be at the point of killing yourself if you're not super confident in whatever idea it is, because you, like, you know, ultimately you do still learn, and you're getting something valuable out of like even like these incremental things, out of like learning, okay, here is how I go ship like a demo MVP version of a thing, and that maybe can get me like in like money or something, you know, that will get me some like investment that keeps me going, that can keep funding the strategy. But yeah, you know, I don't know. This is kind of like a little incoherent here, I think. And my quality of my solitaire play is most certainly suffering right now. I can really tell. Fortune's Foundations is hard. I'm glad we at least got one win in today. That's always nice. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, trying to ship is just a very dangerous game, you know. That's for real. That's some real business. And it's also, you know, what do you want to be doing, right? Depending on like what is the value, like what is like the endpoint you see for yourself and for your career or whatever, that kind of like also really determines how much you should be rat holing on like this thing or that thing. And like, oh my god, yeah, this is so bad. And I think, you know, right now at this stage in my life, it's still like not 100% I can't 100% tell you like what is the specific thing I see myself doing in like 5 years from now. Also that sucked. Oh my god. This solitaire play disgusts me. Yeah, no, like Twitter lately has just been making me so depressed. Like I had to a couple months ago I uninstalled the Twitter app because it was like sabotaging my productivity, because I was just like scrolling on Twitter too much. But now, like, when I go to Twitter, it's just like constant like AI slop posts. Or not AI slop posts, but like AI glazing posts. And it just feels so depressing to look through all of that, because I'm like, I know that the average quality of thought of a tweet is really not great. You know, like you always have to keep that in mind. But it's just like when you're inundated with like that much messaging on why the hell are you coding? You left behind, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. It just is so it's so disheartening to see, and it just makes me sad, because I do feel like the craft out there of programming is like dying like right before our eyes. It's of like the appreciation for that craft and that being considered a good thing. I mean, not that like, you know, and like it was already kind of a tenuous thing, you know, because again, like there is this like this giant ship culture in software, because of just how much money there is in there. Okay, and to be fair, okay, if there's that much money in there, like you have a lot of external pressures on you to do these things. Like, okay, fine. But the matter of the fact is that, like, we're just going to be continuing to generate a bunch of very low quality things, and it does not seem like that is going to be improving anytime soon. A lot of low quality things with not a lot of care put into them from at least a technical level. And I don't care about this. Like, even if you have this idea of there's a future we want to push to, where people are not handwriting every single line of code, and they're able to go a lot faster orchestrating their AI agents or whatever it is to go like generate your product, to go generate your thing. Like at the end of the day, like the thing you're making is still running on real hardware that exists somewhere, that has all these real constraints and design decisions and like things you have to understand and have to do correctly for it to work, and for it to be a robust solution that doesn't break. Right? There's a blur between excellence and fraud. Writing an OS native app. Yeah, like there's things like let's pick on Yassine because we can punch up here. Yassine, on the big tech Twitter guy, like took Box 3D, which was like Aaron Kato's new project, like rewrite of Box 2D and 3D, and he had like AI go generate the quote unquote like the CUDA GPU version of that, and like, oh, look how fast it was able to do it, look how much more performance he was able to squeeze out of it, doing all this and that. Okay, but here's the thing, like, okay, number one, okay, maybe it's a little dubious. It's a little dubious because, hey, didn't AI not really write that? Didn't Aaron Kato still write that? And go like put however much work into this very difficult project to go actually solve all these things, and you kind of did some translation at the end. Okay, number one, and number two, there is such a huge difference between I made some version of this thing that is running on CUDA that like kind of does some stuff, and this is an actual real shippable version of the thing that other people should actually be pulling into their code bases and trying to do stuff with. Because like the difference between demo and shippable quality is just like it's an ocean, It's like the amount of demo porn out there is like ridiculous, and it just becomes like so much noise of like of like people are like, oh, I can vibe code a whole game in a day, look, I can make Counter-Strike, I can do this, I can do that, and it's like, no, not really, like you still can't really just do that. Yeah, with barely working multiplayer, with like gun feel that like is total dog water, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's just that is all a little bit frustrating to have to that keeps like circling around. Like Twitter for me right now is kind of unusable because it's just so much like of that. It's kind of just, it's too much of that, and I really need to just stay for my own sanity. I just need to stay in like my happy place of like trying to do things like in a real nice way. And like quality and consistency are things that really matter, right? like here's another fun anecdote. I don't know if we got time to tell this anecdote. But so I took my trip. I took my trip a couple of weeks ago. We did like a big, world tour. We went to several different countries. We went to Canada. We went to Italy. We saw Rome and stuff. Super awesome. But like the very first thing that happened on our trip was basically we almost died. We almost died. And let's see. I don't want to name a name yet because this is still kind of like an ongoing thing. Essentially what it was we were taking off from our plane, right? And we were stuck on the tarmac, just taking off for like 45 minutes. The plane was like just getting super delayed. We're like, what's going on? This is weird. And then they tell us on the comm or whatever, like, okay, hey, we're having a delay. There's been some fault in like some firmware electrical system. We're trying to like reset the system to go get it to work, and we think when it's reset, we're gonna do it. We think. Like, okay, all right, that doesn't really inspire confidence. But fine. And so they did it. They're like, okay, we reset the system. We're ready to go take off, do whatever now. And then we go up in the air. We're in the air for maybe like 20 minutes. And then we get this horrible electrical burning smell in the middle of the airplane cabin. And let me tell you, like, this is the most horrifying thing to ever have on an airplane. To be like, oh my god, it's fucking on fire. It's like there's some problem, and they had to like make an announcement. They turned off like all the auxiliary electrical systems on the plane to try to cut wherever the fire was, because they couldn't find it. They can't find the thing in flight and just start like go taking bits and pieces of it out. Like the stewardesses are not going to go do that. They're not trained for that kind of thing in flight school or whatever. And they're like, electrical fire detected. We have to make an emergency landing back at the airport as soon as possible. They turn the plane around. They're driving like twice as fast as that plane is supposed to be going. And then when they finally land back at the original airport, they have to like bring the fire engines in to hose it off because the plane is carrying so much extra fuel. It's carrying so much extra fuel that the plane is too heavy, and it like the brakes like basically were at risk of like catching fire and not working. So like at least that is something that we're like that could kill you, right? And the whole time I'm thinking of like, oh my god, did some jackass at like the plane, whoever develops the firmware for this stupid plane, like vibe code the firmware and push some flaky garbage into this flight code, dude? Like, oh my god, am I going to die because someone was like that negligent and just slop that out to get a feature out? And thankfully it was okay. The pilot, the pilot's very, very commendable work that they were able to like get us back to actually land the plane, do all this stuff under like this really, really crazy situation. But like, oh my god, like that should never have happened, like you should not be there should not be that level of flakiness in something that is that life critical, that is that dangerous, where there's like 100 people that could have just died because someone like pushed some garbage. Yeah, and that's what makes me like really mad about like the push toward ship at any cost, toward like go and like just like be so hands off with what is actually happening, what's like actually happening with the product that you were making, that you like don't even know that there could be a problem like this, because like it legitimately could kill somebody, right? And it doesn't even need to be an airplane. It doesn't even need to be something in the air like that crazy to run that risk of killing somebody. It could be something as simple as like I don't know, like like everybody's got their apartment, they're like their apartment door, the app that controls like their key fob that does like an NFC thing or whatever, of like if that like someone pushes a crappy update to that and then they can't get in their apartment, that's pretty freaking bad. Like, you know, could be out stuck in like whatever weather, do whatever thing it is. It's really not good, and it's like there are a lot of serious consequences if your thing just does not work the way it's supposed to, let alone if it's like if it's heinously much slower, or if it's not as performant as it should be, if it's more flaky than it should be, if it's not as secure as like it should be. Like you're basically just like you're killing people, you're stealing their time by bits and pieces, because like you didn't invest the time as an engineer, as a product developer, to go make the thing a more robust solution, and those things add up. Like the cost of not caring about stuff adds up to like that's the reason like why you could have like your climate change or this and that, is because we I think the human race has to be moving forward technologically. I'm not a Luddite. Like, you need to be investing your time, like your resources, like to go do these things, to go run some of these experiments, to go be pushing forward like human prosperity and like health and wealth and all these things. But if you are you're just burning like so much of people's time because you're like, we'll ship a Python thing that sucks, that is going to, because we couldn't be like bothered to go write like the performant version of this software. Like that Python thing in the cloud or whatever is going to run like time, like for every single user that does that. And so you're not saving any time at all. Like you're burning time, like you're burning compute, and like we don't have an infinite amount of all of these things. Yeah, sorry if that's like a little bit of a crazy town rant there, but I feel very strongly about that, because it's just really frustrating to see the world kind of converge on that path when it is, and while everybody is like, you know, up in arms, and I think rightfully so, of like, hey, we do want to try to create a more sustainable future in all these ways, of like that's ultimately the thing that we want to do, or else we have to, because if you're not sustainable, then basically you just have to be dependent on advancing technologically so quickly that you can just get to the next thing and keep finding new resources and chewing those, like, and that's where like if you look at like at Elon, of the play to be able to develop space as a place for resources, for doing whatever this and that, as like even just like as additional real estate, like that's why that's such a valuable thing, is like ultimately there is a very finite amount of things that you can do just on planet Earth And if you don't get to the next stage, if you don't become interplanetary and have the ability to keep going out and getting those new resources, you will legitimately just burn through all of what you've got, right? Unless like you figure out how to break thermodynamics or something like that, right? So I don't know, like all over the place here today, all over the place. But I think like yeah, again, I feel very strongly about some of this stuff, and I hope it doesn't come off too insane. Anyway, we're playing solitaire here. We do one of these and then one of those. That's pretty good. And I just fear that we are on like a path that really just like catapults us into a spot where we're burning through way more money than and resources than we can really afford to be doing. That's like ultimately the thing. And even like lower than that, burning through way more than we need to be doing to actually have the same level of material wealth and prosperity and technological progress. It's really of like that is a level of waste that I think is not defendable from the standpoint of, but we need to be moving stuff forward, because you can be moving stuff forward without doing it every wrong way. This is my opinion. That's my opinion. What are we looking for? Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, nowhere to be found. We might want the Queen. We might want to be pushing for the Queen instead. 2 coins way down there, though. Alright, let's see. Alright, I think I have to be rant over on that, or I'm just gonna keep, like... I'm just gonna keep being on that one for a while. Yeah, so... But I guess that goes back to, like, ultimately, with the, our fun, like, game project here. I think, like, the thing... I am not financially dependent on this game launching, and I need to do as many, like, good, valuable things for myself as I can while that's the case. Not that I plan on quitting my job anytime soon. I want to make that very clear. But if there's ever a problem or need for that, then then it starts to become an entirely different can of worms. And like, because then that's when ship or die becomes like a real thing. But I kind of want to spend as much time in the tank with it, I think, as I can. But it is true. I want that, I think as like a software engineer, I think is like doing a technical worker. I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm actually very happy with what I'm like, the skills I've developed and like what I'm able to do with that kind of stuff. And I do think that like the next most valuable thing for me to really sink a lot of time into is like the design, right? Is like the design of the game, of learning how to make a game fun, learning how to make a game interesting, this and that. Which one do we want? We want 9 of Swords. We want that. Because ultimately, you actually just cannot make a game without design skill, without some level of design skill. Like that just is a prerequisite that's a critical skill to develop. And so that is why it's been like a bit of a conflict, that I do feel like I need to get something out, try all this stuff out, do this and that. But like man, it's just been too. I've just been learning too many useful things, like continuing to F around in like game engine land. If we're gonna be honest, that it is. I don't like. It's kind of like a dangerous level of feeling like I don't need to do it, and that's where like, okay, maybe some external pressure would be handy so that I don't just rat hole forever. If I like don't need to. But you know, yeah, no, it's just a tough thing to try to work through. But like I think doing it and spending that time like working on that every day, of like even just like trying to answer that question every day, makes me a better, not just software engineer, but like maybe engineer in general, maybe just like person who can develop, who can make products, who can do things technically. Someone who's able to make stuff, and then not only that, but be able to really understand like what are the important things to be made and why and this and that. Of like that is that's such a great place to be in. I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. Okay, let's see here. So we're looking for Two of Swords. Two of Swords right there. Just like few too many layers deep for our liking, unfortunately. Where? Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky spot. Where's the 6? So 6 is right there. It's kind of hard to get that one on. There's 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is there. Then I do have to sack 2 columns to do that, which is pretty bad. 3 of Cups. Yeah, I can't even make that move. Yeah, I can't make that move. I can make this move. This is a free card. That's good. Oh, that was really good. That was very, very good. Okay. Okay, here. Now we're kind of in business. Let's see. So, well, still a little cluttered here. But I think we want to do this, right? That makes sense. Where's the 6 again? 6 is right there. 18. Let's see. So, where's 2 of Swords? 2 of Swords is right there. 2 of Swords we can't get to. Alright, let's piece this out. So this column looks useless to me. I think we have to make a play right here, or here. So we have to do this, and then 6 goes up, and then I can do this, and 7 goes up, and then that goes to there. Okay. Alright, let's try it. That's like the best line, I think, anyway. Okay, so we do that, and then do this, like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty good indeed. Oh, that's really good. Alright, here we go. Here we go. That is... Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas here. Let's do that. Why not? Am I missing 2 of that? Okay, there we go. Alright, that's game over, basically. Alright, there we go. GG's, GG's. That actually was pretty... that was a good one. I almost lost that one, I feel. But we pulled it out. In terms of like the game itself, I think the part that's really interesting about it is, like I said, like physics is so cool. Physics is so awesome, but I am still kind of riding the high of like 2 years ago when like I first kind of cobbled together like the some version of that game, quote unquote. Like it just was like I had been going through a period where I had tried making a bunch of other, like they're not even prototypes. Being prototypes is very generous, but they were like a one screen, like little random pieces of junk. Like little like random things that I had gone through. So I did like I implemented like a JRPG style battle system. I did like a sort of like a random like procedurally generated maze. I did like a Vampire Survivors clone, and then I did like the gravity thing. I created like I got like some version of that kind of working, and it would just felt so cool to go point my like little character around and have it fly through my little solar system. That I have just been chasing that dragon ever since. And I think why did I do that? That's just totally wrong. Yeah, I think we're totally effed now. It was the first thing that I had made where the movement in it actually felt like really novel and interesting. Of like, oh, I actually am just spending time in this window, like screwing around with it because it feels so fun to control. And I took that as as the sign there of, okay, this is probably the one I should invest some more of my time into than all of these other like kind of not as interesting concepts. But like I've said, the problem with that really has been, okay, now like the amount of things that are interesting about this, if I like in having thought about gravity and about games and like this deeper level, it's kind of ballooned out of now I'm reading like textbooks on relativity and stuff, which maybe I have no business reading some of this stuff. But what am I doing? Oh, okay, we can do that. Yes. So. Alright, then which one do we want? Do we want 18? Or we don't want this 4? Oh no, we need to do this. Okay. But I've been, yeah. Reading finance stuff is interesting. Finance is cool in the fact that there's so much like when you actually get down to it, it's a lot of really hard math and interesting stuff in it. But it is also the problem with finance is that the math is so hard, and the problem that is being trying to solve with finance is so difficult to solve that basically most finance people don't actually add any value to whatever they're doing. Like if you just like do like a statistical analysis of how good like portfolio performance is versus pure random, like purely just like picking stuff at random, like it looks really bad. Like most people in finance, like if you can actually do the math to see like their skill, and there's no skill. It is total skill issue, which is funny because you're like, wait, these people are getting paid how much? Yeah, and like finance is one thing. Like making your own business is totally another thing. Because like you just have to assume so much risk, to like make a business, to like, you know, not be getting paid for however long, and then you dump your ton of your money into whatever. And so if you were to do that math, if you were to just do the like expected value math of opening a business, like it should tell you never to do it. It should tell you just put your money in an index fund instead if you want to make money. Yeah, finance. Yeah, no, it like they literally just don't do anything. Like that was like my very first internship, was running a bunch of statistical analysis on finance stuff, and it basically just is there's like nothing going on. It's a little disturbing. Alright, which way do we want this going? We're 6 of coins. Oh, we're not getting there. Okay, we may as well do this then. That's a little better. Yeah, that's much better. Real-time money transfers. Oh shit, real-time money transfers is some serious programming. Oh, I'm sure the financial reports of SpaceX are total like bogus, right? Yeah, like that's kind of the thing. What are we doing? Okay, we can do this. Like, yeah, I think SpaceX also was one where it was kind of just stood up completely with taxpayer subsidy. Is that correct? As long as enough people are in it, markets stay rational for a long time. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And like, it turns out it's actually very easy to like, you know, do the to kind of do like your propagandizing too, and just take over a whole thing of it if it's really of the decision-making apparatus is really controlled, and very few like voices. It's really controlled by very few voices. So as long as you have like, you convince like 3 people, and that's why they're literally called influencers, right? Is like you have like 4 people doing the right messaging, and then that just disperses itself out, and you can get whatever you want run through. And that's kind of like the whole politics, whole politics of it. Okay, actually we can do this pivot. I was thinking we could not do it, but we can, which is good. We should do this one actually. Oh, that was really, that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. Alright, now we just kind of like do that. Being a little lazy here. Maybe I was a little too lazy. Let's see. So we do that. One of those. That should do it. I mean, like, the whole thing with like growth stocks is that they are irrational for some long period of time. People are just inferring that. All right, I've got to go to work. It's almost 9. Thank you very much, Kelly, for watching me on this very fun ranting and solitaire stream. Thank you all. If you're watching on the VOD, I appreciate it. Elsa and Petru, thank you for tuning in. Hope we can get off on a little bit better foot next time. Have a good one, everybody. Keep programming, stay doing your fun stuff, and we'll be back again next week. Hopefully my wrist is not as fucked up. We can actually get some work done. Goodbye, everyone.